Sometimes we get wrapped up in the fact that we have to share, and push content out, but we forget that it's a circle. You post, your followers see the post, they engage, and then how do you get back to posting? Well, after they engage, like, comment, share your post, you need to reciprocate and respond. This is an important part that I think a lot of people tend to forget. Responding to your followers shows that you're not only listening to what they're saying, but also that you have an invested interest in keeping them connected and engaged to your brand. This is particularly important for product companies. So like if you're selling jewelry or t-shirts, or if you're selling, books, anything that you're selling in terms of a tangible product, this response life cycle is very important, because a lot of times the questions and the responses have to do with physical products and maybe receipt of that product or shipping information. A lot of that is customer happiness or customer service, and I think it's really important to remember that most people, or most of that interaction, will happen on your social channels. It's also really important to just give feedback. So a lot of times I'll say to you, tell me what you want to learn, and allow me to answer your specific questions. That's something that I do a lot in my Facebook group, which you can join, and I would love to have you there. But if you're not doing it that way, if you're not bringing people into a Facebook group, it's really, really important to remember that content is a two-way street, and that if you're going to put content out there, you have to be prepared to respond to any and all questions that you get about the content you share. Now, of course, are you going to respond to every inflammatory question? Or, the internet is filled with trolls. So people can be a little bit mean when they're behind a computer. You don't have to respond to those, but it is important to respond to people who are questioning you, because then you show that you're authentically backing up the brand promise. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get into brand identity. I hope that this was helpful, and remember, if you're going to put content out there, be prepared to answer people who ask questions about the content you share. Have a great day. Bye-bye.